Hello,
All right.
everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Christian Lopez. I am irrelevant compared to my fellow colleague who will be kind of running her little show today. But I, as well as her, we represent the early childhood program at the El Paso Center for Children, previously known as El Paso Hopes. And to kind of fill you in a little bit more about our organization, it's a pretty awesome collaborative initiative that's made up of three nonprofits: Paso Norte Children's Development Center, El Paso Center for Children, of course, and then the connection to Mary Jo today is United Way. All three of those organizations came together and they ultimately made this program, right? Originally known as El Paso Hopes, but now transitioned into the early childhood program. The purpose of this collaborative initiative is to thoroughly support all families within El Paso County that have children ages 0 to 5. What I mean by that is literally if there is a child within that age frame in your household, whether you are extended family, you are mom or dad, or simply a primary caregiver, we're here to support you in some fashion. Mary Jo represents one of the services that we offer. Oh, hi. One of the services that we have to offer, and that is known as Parents as Teachers. This program, I'll allow her to kind of dive in a little deeper, but it's really, really interesting to me, and the part that I love about it is the one-on-one factor and how, as she is today, you kind of get to, ultimately, it's all about building the bond with that little one, because we know ages 0 to 5, it's not easy, but at the same time, it should also be a really fun and engaging experience. So Mary Jo, if you wouldn't mind kind of telling us a little bit about yourself and then what brings us here today.
Okay. Hi. Hello, everyone. Yes, my name is Mary Jo, and I'm a parent educator. Like Christian was mentioning, I've been working for United Way for almost 5 years doing this, but also when I lived in New Mexico, I was part of a Parents as Teachers program. So when I was about 22, 23 years old, I had a parent educator coming into my home and helping me learn activities with my daughter, who was 2 at the time, which now she's grown. She's 21 now, gosh. But I don't want to get started with that. But yeah, so I've been able to see kind of both parts of the program. So being the parent educator and also being the parent. So I enjoy this program very much. And I'm anxious to share this activity with you all, which is typically for 2 to 3-year-olds, but you could also use it with children that are 4 or 5 as well, any age pretty much. So it's called Blowing Bubbles, and it's exploring materials and actions. And so what we need for this activity is, I see she has a little pipe cleaner. So of course, if we have any pipe cleaners, we want to get those ready. And these are, you can purchase a whole big thing, maybe of 24, 30 of these at the dollar store for $1. And we also need, would like to use some of these plastic straws as well, if we have any of those. And then maybe a tablecloth or some type of sheet or a bedspread if we're going to do this activity in the house, just so no one slips on the bubbles in case we spill the solution, or in case we're blowing bubbles, we don't want anyone to fall. And I usually like to do this activity outside as well, because it's okay if we get messy out there. So we need that. We're going to need 8 cups of water, which I already put in a dish, and I'll show you the materials right now. So we're going to need I'll lower my screen so you could see the materials. So I have a large container that I already put 8 cups of water in. And then I also have my, you could use Joy or Dawn dishwashing liquid, and I put that in it's a 1/4 cup that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that into our water. So we have that we use. Those are some of our materials. And then we also use, which the Dawn I also got at the Dollar Tree. You can get the little container like this for $1 there. So I use a 1/4 cup of that. And then I also am going to use some corn syrup, which we need about a tablespoon of that. So we're going to pour that in there. And again, I got this, they sell them at certain dollar stores. If not, they're usually pretty reasonably priced for $1 or more, like at Target or any of the other stores around that you can find, Family Dollar, anything like that. So I'm going to pour my corn syrup into this solution as well. And another thing that we do use, which I also got from the Dollar Tree, is a spoon, so we can mix everything together. So I'm going to start mixing this solution. And we could also use another.
Sorry about that. You made it clear pretty much everything you have, you can get from the dollar store.
Yeah, so some of it we might already have on hand, which most of us already have the
Right.
dishwashing liquid, the measuring cups. So just a few extra things like the corn syrup, which maybe most of us don't really have at home. Yeah, but yes, the pipe cleaners and everything can be purchased at the Dollar Tree, which is where we get most of our materials. And the good thing about the program is that we drop off these materials for the family in a bag. We leave it at their door, contact lists and everything. We leave it at their door with the handouts, and the parents can get that from us. So sometimes we might ask if they have a few things, but usually we like to provide everything for them because we want this to be not a stressful experience. We want this to be fun
Yeah, of course.
and we want it to be kind of like something that they might already have or something that we could provide. So I just gently stir this mixture. We don't want to cause too many suds. So I just gently mix that, and then I'm going to use our little, so I have this, I can pour some out. I'm gonna pour a little bit out into another container, just so in case it gets a little messy, I can spill it into another one. And I usually like to have another container ready because most kids get so into this that they start stirring it so forcefully, or they dip it so much that it might all spill, and that way we have extra on the side to use for later. So I'm just going to use our pipe cleaners. So I got one that I made like really big, like a big circle, and then I made one kind of smaller. So we're gonna try to dip these in there and see if we can make bubbles today. So I'm gonna try. Sometimes this works. So kind of made a little bit of a bubble. I don't know if you could see that. A little bit of it. Sometimes it pops, and that's okay too. So we might have to add a little more corn syrup if we want to, or a little more dishwashing liquid. So I'm gonna try this other one, and let's see how this other solution works. That one's a little not so much just yet, but what we can do if that's not working, I also have like a little wand we can use and try that from one of the little bubbles that you could purchase. So that one works. So that one's working. And it might just be me with the pipe cleaners. If it doesn't work, that's okay, but we also have our straws that we can use. We can blow little bubbles. So we want to get the child to see the difference between when we blow through the larger pipe cleaner, it's going to blow a larger bubble. The smaller one will be a smaller bubble. And then this straw, of course, will give us little bubbles as well. Let's see if we could see them. So that one's not working so well. It was working yesterday. Yeah, that one just fizzled out. Sorry, guys. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, there it goes. So a few of them did come out. The other thing I like to add to this activity is I get a water bottle, and I just cut the end of it with a pair of scissors or with a knife. And then I put a little sock. Again, we purchased like 3 pairs at the dollar store. You could use, you know, that missing pair that we find, that lost sock in our house, that we could put it to some good use. We put it over this. So this one, I'm gonna put it over the sock, put the sock over the water bottle. I'll lift it up a little bit if you guys can see a little. And I'm gonna lift it and dip it into the solution, and then we'll blow. But this one's best if your child does know to blow out rather than just sucking in, because if they just will suck in or try to drink it, they'll drink a lot of that bubble mixture. So it's good if they know how to blow out. So these we call snake bubbles. So this is like a for sure hit. If the other one didn't go, or if they blew too hard, like I probably did, this one's a for sure thing where they can make the snake bubbles, and they could do this all day. You know, I've seen the kids where they blow the bubbles, they put them on their face, and they say they're Santa Claus or whatever, or that, you know, whatever it is, they put it all over. So they really like mixing these things, and it's good to let them experiment with different items, different materials. But the other thing is that it's good for their speech as well. So typically 2 to 3-year-olds are speaking, they should be speaking about 50 words at the age of 2, and then it increases to about 200 or more at the age of 3. So what I like to do is have them exercise those muscles in their mouth and in their lips as well, to blow the bubbles, or, you know, to use a straw, so they can be able to pronounce those certain words, and so their speech can be a little more clear. So not only is it fun, but it's also helpful for the child's to learn how to use these muscles as well.
Super cool.
If you have any, go ahead.
Well, no, not me. I would love to allow, yeah, if there are any questions. But no, I think that is super cool. And honestly, just as simple as it gets. It was 3 ingredients, right? That was it.
Right. Yes, just the corn syrup, the soap, and the water.
Could you tell me the recipe? How much of each?
Yes, ma'am. So you need a 1/4 cup of dishwashing liquid, 8 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of corn syrup.
And to our guests, so we were hoping definitely we want to obviously disseminate and share this activity with everyone really. And attached to that, we'll actually have a screenshot of, I guess, the activity page, right, Mary Jo? That's what it's called. And it has like instructions, all the materials that are needed. So yeah, we'll definitely include that so that in case you need something to refer back to.
Yes, and then I could show it to you, but it will be backwards. So this is typically what it looks like. It shows the activity, the name of it, the age group, and then all the materials that we need. And then it gets to tell the parent why it's important. So the different reasons it's important, and then it tells you how to extend it as well. And if there's any type of hazards or anything, it'll let you know, like, be careful with this certain product, or like putting down the bedspread or the sheets so they won't, so no one will fall, or things like that. But typically we give parents an activity sheet, and then we give them other papers. So like this one, if I was talking about the language development like I did, we'll give them a handout that also lists the things that a 2 to 3-year-old will be doing with language development. And it'll say, like, for example, listening closely to conversations, maybe repeating some of the things we say. It'll list some of those things, and then we also go on to talk about parenting and then family well-being. So we were trying to just support the whole family in general. We give the parent an activity. We want the parent and the child to engage, do this activity together. We're here for support, for questions, anything like that. And then we just kind of dive in and see how you and your family are doing, and how we can help with any resources if needed, or any information that's needed at the time.
Awesome.
So I just feel like it's another little support system. Like, I think we all need it. I tell parents, no matter if we have 1 kid, 4 kids, 3 kids, if we're 20, 30, or 40 years old, I feel like as moms, we all need a little bit of help, or even dads, you know, we all need a little bit of help with these things. So
I can speak on the dad's component for sure. Like, yeah, and Mary Jo, you've had your own personal experiences. Like parenting, yeah, kids don't come with instructions. None of us got like a how-to in any which way. You've had your experiences. It's not the easiest thing in the world. And then you throw a pandemic into the equation. Oh my goodness, right? It's like it's not ending, especially with the kids, whether they're going back to school or just knowing that they're at home the entire time. That just seems super interesting to me. So you all, like, how does this work? You all do like one-on-one sessions with the parents?
yes, and then typically we go to the home. We normally would go to the home to visit, but because of the pandemic, what's going on, we do these visits like the way we're doing this Zoom meeting. We do them via Zoom or via Google Duo. And like I said, we just drop off the materials. We have a conversation with them it could be entirely over Zoom, or it could possibly be phone and Zoom. So I usually like to see the activity and see the parent engage with the child. And if they'd like to switch to a phone call, I'm more than happy to do that. So we could do that. We're a little flexible with that, but we do like to have that interaction where we could see each other. We could see what the child's doing. We can comment and observe together what the child's doing, what they're learning at the time.
Right. No, most definitely. And yeah, it just seems without a doubt, the program is just really focused on child development, and obviously kind of bringing the parent along with it, right? As I mentioned in the beginning, to everyone watching, and also like our guests today on the call, we represent the early childhood program, right? And this was previously known as El Paso Hopes. And everything, well, Pat's one of the amazing services that we have under our umbrella, but everything is free of charge. We honestly always and consistently ask parents, ask families. There's only two qualifications essentially, and it's the child within that age frame. You don't have to be mom and dad, as long as obviously that there is some level of care that you provide to that child, and that you reside in El Paso County. You qualify. We don't have, other than that, we don't have a target audience. We really just want to offer support, and whether it's these individualized parenting support classes, or if you want to join like kind of like group connections that they also offer alongside with it, or parent consulting, counseling and parent-child therapy, all of that falls under our umbrella. And that's the really awesome thing about it, that we are consistently asking people, don't hesitate to refer yourselves. This doesn't require a formal process, incredibly low barrier. We literally ask for those, primarily those two qualifications, like I mentioned. And our telephone number, and I'll be sure to include it in the caption, is 915-500-4105. That's the telephone number that we ask anyone and everyone to call, whether you're seeking more information, you want to know more about exactly, you know, what Mary Jo and her, because again, she covered one activity, and I know you guys have like this massive book of activities and this awesome curriculum, and obviously some skills and strategies that you can help anyone build along with their kid. But please, guys, do not hesitate to call us. Again, 915-500-4105. I'll include that. Mary Jo, we really do appreciate it. I don't know if you had any closing remarks in terms of your activity, Pat as a whole.
I think just a lot of what you said is what our program is, and you know, there's 6 of us parent educators, and they're all really knowledgeable in their areas, and I feel like we're all here and ready to serve more parents. So I can't wait to get more families in our program, and I believe it's a win-win situation for everyone, because like you said, it's free. There's no income guidelines, so I have a lot of families that say that sometimes there's programs that are only for certain income levels or certain education levels, and for this we don't have that issue. So I feel like that's why a lot of parents love to join the program, because it's for everyone.
Yes.
So yeah, and if you have any more questions or comments, feel free to comment or ask us, and we're here if you need anything. Thank you so much.
And we made it when we say that, guys. But again, Mary Jo, really appreciate your time. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Like honestly, once I bring my 5-year-old into the back home, she will definitely be participating in something as cool as this. And we really do appreciate it. Thank you, Mary Jo.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.